We're getting ready for a big batch of homemade pizzas. Usually right before Christmas Eve, we do homemade pizzas and we set it up like a pizza bar. So we have all the ingredients on the counter, all in little containers, and I roll out the dough, little 8 or 9 inch circles, and then everybody makes their own pizza and we bake them up. But they're also great for lunches during the year. So we're going to do 36 pizzas this weekend, and I've got a picture of at least, I don't know, a few that we did recently. But it's really nice to just have a bunch of them ready for lunches. You take them out of the freezer, warm them up, and they're ready to go. So I'll show you what we've got so far. We've got 3 out of the 4 batches already in containers, and we'll get this last one going. Each one of these is a single batch of the dough, and I'll show you the book. This is the book that we're using for this particular recipe. We got this book and a few other bread making books when the kids were doing a cooking class and bread came up. I really like this one. It's pretty because it's so simple. So this is about very simple type of recipes. We're doing this olive oil dough. It's great. It says that it's made for pizzas and different kinds of things. And we've been using it for our pizza crust for a few years. Been very happy with it. It's very simple. I've got everything weighed out and ready to go except the olive oil. I'll put that into the water in just a minute. But it's very simple, very quick. You just mix it up until it's incorporated. You don't really have to knead it or anything with this particular one. And it's great refrigerated for at least 3 or 4 days. So again, that's why we're doing it now. And it keeps for over a week. It says up to 12 days. And we've had it up to 12 or so days, and it's been great. The flavor, it's kind of like sourdough. It really gets nice over a few days. So let's get those ready. We've got the 625 grams of warm water in here, and to that, 10 grams of yeast in here, 20 grams of salt, 15 grams of sugar, and then we'll add that all in there, mix it up, and then we'll be adding the olive oil to that before we mix in the flour. We'll zero that out, and this recipe calls for 55 grams of olive oil. We'll get that added in there. And then the 920 grams of flour. Move this down to a lower table so it's easier to reach in here and stir it up. I'll just scrape it down. So that's all the mixing that this needs. Now we'll let it rise until it gets tall and collapses, and then we'll refrigerate it until it's time to use it. And I don't close the long ones. That way it can still let pressure out so it doesn't explode. And I need to check on these a couple of times a day to make sure that they don't rise all the way to the top and try to escape. And then the rolling out station. And this station, dough, a little bit of olive oil, and sauce, pizza sauce.
So little time. That's just to tell us
That's the
to go
warm
in.
up. Yep.
Yeah.
I just want to show a little bit of the setup.
Ingredients.
All the various stuff. And there's that setup.
Oh, yeah, here it comes too.
And the eating station.